loud up, but I guess they'll come. Okay, here we go.
Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. I can feel God's mighty power and God's grace. I can hear the brush of angels' wings. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. Good morning, everybody. Please join me. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. I can feel God's mighty power and God's grace. I can hear the brush of angels' wings. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place.
Good morning. Welcome to Sunday service at Everett Unity. Let's start our time together today with a reading from the Daily Word. Sunday, May 31st. Divine love is our very essence. We draw from this inner source to lay a foundation of love in our hearts. And on this foundation, we build a house of peace, compassion, and acceptance. We invite others into this house through our kind words and actions. We live in an awareness that all people are divine, all deserve respect, and a channel to express their true selves. We view the people of the world as our neighbors. We may look, talk, or believe differently, but it is this diversity that fills the world with beauty. We radiate divine love to all and gratefully receive the love that returns to us. This exchange is the basis of lasting peace. Together, one word, one smile, one act of compassion at a time, we build a peaceful world. The scripture today from Romans chapter 12, verse 18. If it is possible, so far as it depends on you, live peaceably with all. In the opening statement you'll find inside your bulletin, my loving thoughts, words, and actions contribute to world peace. Let's say that together. My loving thoughts, words, and actions contribute to world peace. All right, Savannah is going to lead us in our opening song. You'll find that inside your Melodies from the Heart songbook, song number 59. When you find that, stand as you are able, and we will sing together.
I am now and have always been in the presence of the Lord. I am now
Well, good morning and welcome again to Sunday service at Everett Unity. I'd like to introduce you to the people who are most visibly serving you today. You were greeted by our ushers, Dorothy and Marilee. Our social hour is being hosted by Nadine and Paula. Audio video support by David and Dennis. You've had a chance to hear our wonderful musicians, Terry and Savannah. My name is Cindy, and this morning we welcome Reverend Karen Cleveland here to speak with us this morning. Nice to have you back. She's been off on more adventures traipsing around the world, so she has some great things to share with us. I'd like to remind you, if you brought your cell phone in today, please turn it off. I know it seems weird to go for an hour without contact with the outside world, but I promise we can do it. And then bear with me, I do have a few announcements. Those of you who are regulars here at Everett Unity know that the first week of the month is a very busy week, and there's a lot going on that I think that you'll be interested and want to know about. I'd like to remind our team and all of you, we will be having our fundraising team at noon on Tuesday, June 2nd. Everybody is welcome to attend if you have some great fundraising ideas or would like to provide some support. And we are particularly looking for someone who has some marketing skills. So put on your little thinking cap, and if you have some suggestions and some ideas about marketing, we would love to hear from you and have you join us. Then, of course, the first Thursday of the month, June 4th this month from 2 to 3:30, we have our Alzheimer's Caregiver Support Group. If you are attending to a loved one who has Alzheimer's, we have our monthly support group, and we encourage you to come. And if you know someone that you think would benefit, please invite them. The first Friday Family Fun Night is this coming Friday, June 5th. Woo-hoo-hoo, I hear from the group who loves it. From 6:30 to 8:30, we gather in the social hall for light refreshments and games and cards and jigsaw puzzles, or just sit and visit and hang out for a while. Everybody is welcome. Then the first Saturday of the month, June 6th from 9 to 10:30, the Men's Fellowship Group, facilitated by Skeet. They'll be meeting in the social hall. That is becoming a mighty group. So if you or any other gentleman you know would like to join, you don't have to be a member of Unity. We'd love to have you come and join that. Then a reminder, Saturday, June 13th from 1 to 2:30, Native American flute player Peter Ali will be here for a concert. You can get tickets from me today, or you can order them online through our website. They're $23 a person. We'd love to have you come and join us. It's going to be a really wonderful concert. If you have been to any local community events or festivals, you probably have seen Peter Ali, heard him play the flute. He's definitely around in the Pacific Northwest. And he is amazing. Yes, he is. And then just a reminder, we have a handful of plants and yard art and pottery and stuff left downstairs, left over from the garden sale. If you want anything, take it today. You can make an offer. You don't have to make an offer. You can take it for free. Just make it disappear, because it is going to disappear one way or the other this week. So if you see a plant you like, if you see a pot you like, grab it and take it home with you today. So thank you for all your support for that garden sale, the plant and garden sale. I haven't tallied it up for the last couple of Sundays, but I'm pretty sure we're over $2,500 that we've raised on the plant and garden sale. So yay to all of you. Thank you. All right, Savannah and Terry are going to share some music with us again, and then we'll have meditation.
Nothing to seek, nothing to gain, nothing to know. Nothing to lose, nothing to do but let go. Let's rest here where the future and the past disappear. to prove, nothing to own, no one to be, nowhere to move, already home, already free. Let's just stay in the cave of the heart today and bask in this ever-present love. Nothing to fix, nothing to change, nothing to fight. Only what is, what if what is just right. Why not trust this mystery living us and rest in the refuge of the self? Nothing to judge, no one to blame or fear. Only my face greeting me here in the mirror. Nowhere to turn, nowhere to hide, nobody else. Nothing outside that isn't inside myself. Let's just see, is anyone here but me? Here in the present moment now. Nothing to know, nothing to do, no one to be, nowhere to go, already home, already free, nowhere to go, already home, already free. Nowhere to go, already home, already free.
And just remember, just kind of plant ourselves right where we are. And know there's nothing to do. There's nowhere to be. All is good right here, right now. You can relax. You can be present. as we enter this meditation, I really encourage you to fully feel your bottom in the seat, if that's where it is, your feet on the floor, if they're touching the floor. And remember, there's nothing to do right now but be present. I want you, or I invite you, to imagine a mountain. And for ease, it might be Baker or Rainier. And just kind of have a look at it in your mind's eye. It's probably got at least a little bit of snow on it. And it's big. It towers over the rest of the Cascades. And from a distance, you can see that this mountain is pretty unmovable. Looks pretty sturdy right where it is. And if you get a little closer to the mountain, you might see some trees, with or without snow. You might see some exposed rocks. A river, a waterfall, a lake, perhaps. And as you bring yourself even closer to the mountain, you might see people walking on it, skiing on it, camping, animals playing in the forest. Now, if you can, imagine that you are inside the mountain. So decide which way, if you want to face north, south, east, or west. And notice as you look out, say to the east, you can see that the outside of you is the dirt, the rivers, the rocks, the snow, the glaciers. Can you imagine what that feels like? And maybe even behind you, it's the same kind of materials. And on the sides of you. What does it feel like to be the mountain? What does it feel like to have people happily trekking along on the mountain trails? The bear, the deer, the raccoons, all the little creatures that you happily support. The fish in the rivers. Everything thrives on this mountain that you are. And notice that as the mountain, things might be going on 100 miles away or 1,000 miles away, in a city, in a house, that don't affect you, that don't shake you. You are so firmly planted in the middle of the mountains or wherever you might be, that the outside scenarios of life just don't shake you. You have this personal power within you everything in your ecosystem thrives, and you don't have to fear the outside world. What does that feel like? If you plant yourself next to the mountain, knowing that the mountain is not going to be shook by anything in the outside world right now, and you are there right next to it, planted firmly in its ecosystem. Perhaps your feet through the ground are part of the same root system as the evergreens. And you are part of that unshakable, unmovable, steadfast energy system on earth. Can you be the mountain? When things come up, when people tell you anything you don't want to hear, can you return to the mountain and remember that it's unshakable and you can be unshakable, bringing up the innate flow, innate divine flow within you that powers the streams and the wind and the clouds and the birds. I invite you to begin to return to this earth, this space, this room, this time, feeling your fingers and toes, but knowing that the steadfastness of the mountain is always for you to return to in times when they feel shaky and scary and fearful. And when you're ready, open your eyes back into this room and perhaps appreciate all the mountains around you in their steadfastness. And remember that can be your go-to point. Thank you.
Power of now is always present, nowhere to be than where you are. The power of now flows oh so gracefully. The power of now
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. 2 weeks ago, I was standing by the Nile. Now, not the Nile you might think of in Egypt as it winds through past pyramids and such, but at the beginning, or nearly the beginning, in Uganda. And I was at a place called Murchison Falls. And this is a place where the Nile, and this is a contributory of the Nile, of course, it is still pretty big and wide at this point. It has started several hundred miles before this point, gathered up a lot of water. And it is being forced to go through a point of just 35 feet across. Now, to put that in perspective, if you've been to Snoqualmie Falls, that's 170 feet across. So here we are standing at a point 35 feet, 23 feet across approximately. And you can feel, plus it has twice as much water as Snoqualmie. You can feel, just standing there, you don't even have to look at anything, you can feel the force of the water being pushed through that little opening. And it is being pushed so much that when it hits the bottom 170 feet later, you can't even see it because the spray bounces back so much. So it is pushed through and out and down to the water below. And that force, that is something that is created because of these rocks in the way, these rock walls, the banks of the river, the geography just kind of all comes together at this point, so it's forced over there. Now, David Hawkins in Power versus Force talks about force being push, and that's what this was. It was push. And he talks about power being allow or to rise. And because this is the month of power, you may have already heard some of David Hawkins. I'm not going to talk too much about it, but a little bit, just to refresh your memory, just in case. In his book, Power versus Force, he talks about a scale from 0 to 1,000 of states of consciousness. I forgot to check the time. Okay. And below 200 on that scale are emotions and states of consciousness like anger and fear and rage and shame, guilt. So all these, you know, we actually kind of call them lower emotions, lower frequencies. And then above 300 or so are the feelings and the states of joy and beauty and peace. So at about 200 is what he calls neutrality. And that is when he says we come into our personal power, is at neutrality. So, excuse me, we need to find our way out of anger and rage and jealousy and grief in some of these, to find ourselves to neutrality before we can even feel like the Spirit of God is flowing through us, feel these higher emotions. And it is a scale, and it's not fixed. We move up and down. Some of us reside more in the lower, some reside more in the higher. So, you know, it's not that anyone is always in the same place. But when we are operating out of the lower emotions, it's hard. Okay, it's force, it's push. We have to make things happen. We have to manipulate others or situations. We have to be in control. Whereas when we're operating out of the above emotions, those, you know, of the beauty and love and joy, this is where we allow Spirit to move through us. And we become unattached to the results. We are not yanked around and bothered by things so much. We become more flexible. We are in our real power at that point, our own personal power. And Charles Fillmore calls the personal power having dominion over our thoughts and feelings. So if God is the power within us, if the Spirit of God is within you, and we have dominion over our thoughts and feelings, this power can rise up and we can choose our experience. We can't choose the situations necessarily, but we can choose our experience, our thoughts, and we can choose our feelings, and I'll talk about that again in a minute. So this is the same place that Hawkins calls neutrality. So having the dominion over the experience in your life. When you're in that point, you don't have to argue with others, you don't have to push them, you don't have to convince them. In fact, you don't have to sell them. If you're a salesperson, it is much easier to sell a product that you let speak for itself than trying to persuade someone to buy it for some reason. And it's the same situation. If you allow your personal power to rise up into those higher emotions and states of consciousness, it is much easier to live and to be, I don't want to say attractive, but to be the person you want to be, to live your greater good in life. Pushing, forcing, it works. You can make something happen. I have made so many things happen, but it's exhausting. It's exhausting, and it's not sustainable. And it comes at a cost of health and relationships and joy. So operating from neutrality is kind of the goal. And who operates from neutrality naturally, almost 100% of the time? Animals. And especially gorillas. So let's talk about, while I was in Uganda a little bit, and gorillas. Because that's kind of why I went to Uganda, was to see the gorillas. And I'm going to give you just a little bit of background about how that happens when people go see gorillas. You can see them in Uganda, Rwanda, and Congo. I went to the Bwindi Impenetrable Forest in Uganda to see them. There's about 50 gorilla families in that forest. And how it works is you have to get a permit to do it ahead of time. And on the day of your permit, you go to the ranger office. You get there, and the people assign you to a ranger and to a family, a gorilla family. And they send out groups of about, I would say definitely less than 10. The group I was in was all people I was traveling with, who were CSL and Unity people, by the way. But there's like 5 or 6 in the groups, typically. So you have a ranger who is, has been to school for this. You have a guide with you who actually carries a gun. And fortunately, I found out the gun is not to shoot the animals, as I was worried about. It is to shoot warning shots, is all. They're not to shoot the animals. And then you also have people that have lived overnight or early in the morning head out to the forest to find your family. So there's trackers, and they're looking for your family, so that when you are ready to head out, when the whole group is ready to go, you have an idea where to go, because it's a big forest. You don't want to look for your family 50 miles away. So we head out. We have our porters as well. It's just a community service thing to have someone carry your backpack, because you can pay them some money to do that, and they can feed their family for a month. They don't have a lot of work there. Now, normally, when you head out, you don't know exactly where you're going to run into your family, because they move. Gorillas do not nest in the same place every night. And they can be on the move. They could be nesting. The trackers will tell you where they are when you leave, but they could have moved by the time you get there. You could walk a half hour, 2 hours, 4 hours before you even find them. And then you spend an hour with them, and then you hike back out. So when you leave in the morning, you might be gone 2 hours, you might be gone 10 hours. You don't know. So you take water and lunch and everything with you, just in case. So we're walking. We get to the forest. We had to drive a ways. We get to the forest. We're walking in, and I am right behind the ranger because I want to be there. I want to see the gorillas. And less than 10 minutes in, I hear him yelling into the forest. And it's like, what is he doing? And then I hear people yelling back from the trees. And it's like, oh my God, our gorillas are right here. We haven't even hiked 10 minutes. So we walk for another just 2 or 3 minutes. He says, okay, get what you need. The porters don't come with us into the family. And I, got my water and my camera, and I followed the ranger, and he put me in this place, and I'm sure eventually the other people came in around me as well, but I wasn't paying attention. And he reaches in front of me and pulls back a branch. By the way, you're bushwhacking the whole time. There's not trails. They're bushwhacking. So your porter also helps you maneuver over branches and through trees and stuff like that, but they're bushwhacking the whole time. So he pulls back this branch in front of me, and right in front of me, 5 feet away, is a silverback gorilla. And it was sitting there. It looked at me. It looked at the rest of us. I assume the rest of us were there. I'm not even paying attention. He's just eating, it looks like, I don't know, a piece of grass or bamboo or a branch of some kind, sitting there eating that, looking up every now and then, mostly looking at his food and looking down. And he's just still. He's not afraid of us. He's not posturing. He's not beating his chest, trying to say, hey, I'm the one in charge here. He's just being present with himself and allowing us into his space, because he is coming from this state of neutrality where he is not in fear of us at all. So we sit there. I mean, it's kind of surreal, I'm watching a gorilla eat in the forest. I felt like I was in the living room of this gorilla. And he had no fear of us. There was, some younger gorillas around as well that were just eating or napping. And most of the family, I think it was about 12, maybe 15 gorillas in the family. Most of them were in the treetops. And every now and then one would come down and join the group right in front of us. And they'd change position, and the guards, we were close, and we had to have faith and trust that the guards would tell us where we could or could not go and what we had to do. If they said, look down, if they said freeze, if they said lay down, you had to know that you had to do it immediately. They are powerful animals. You just don't know. So we're there, 10, 20 minutes, and all of a sudden, about 20 feet away, shimming really fast down the tree, they are so fast, comes a female and a baby with a baby attached to her. And she walks in through our group, because we had kind of wandered around. We weren't all exactly in the same place. Walks through our group, same thing. She is not bothered by us. She is very settled in her position, in her power. Even with her baby, they tell you stay away from babies with wild animals. She didn't even look at us twice. And she goes up to the silverback, who has his back to me by now, and just like you were going up to your best friend or your spouse, and she puts her arm around him. And they stayed like that for maybe 5 minutes. And I'm just looking at that going, what am I looking at? I don't even know what I'm looking at. Because they try to tell us, stomping my foot, that animals, they don't have emotions, and they can't think, and there's no consciousness, and all this kind of stuff. And even as an animal communicator, I was like, I don't even know what's going on here exactly. Because later, the three of them, the baby, the silverback, and the female, all laid down together, and they had their head on each other. And I had a friend tell me yesterday, who happens to be in the audience right now, she's super smart. She said, well, maybe, and I'm going to paraphrase, I'm going to get it all wrong, but she said, the emotions probably all started with them, and then we adopted them, but people don't want to tell us that, that's where they all come from. That's where all the emotions started from. The other thing is, it was so quiet in there. Yeah, there were birds chirping, but there was no gorilla chatter going on. They were not making sounds, not even grunts, really. But I know they were communicating. I know they were all communicating with each other. And they were just present. They were all inside their personal power. And that's what they really showed me, is that the personal power is not something that you force or you build. It's something that you stop blocking. So I'm going to say that again. Personal power is something that you stop blocking because it's already within you. So you allow it. You have to let it flow. Inside every one of us in this room, on the video, in the world, has the power of everything we want or need. All of our dreams, we just have to allow and clear the blocks out of the way. So it's the releasing of our limiting beliefs, which are the rocks and the river wall and the river bank. Those are our limiting beliefs. We are the river. Inside us is the flow. So these rocks, the banks, that's what has to go. And that's what I really want to leave you with, is that you are the river. You are the free-flowing spirit. And we think those rocks and those banks and those things that are blocking us are part of us, and they're real, and they're not. They're not real. They are not real. So are you willing to let the flow forward, to be in that neutrality and above? I encourage you to do the work that it takes to remove these rocks, to throw them out of the river. And if you're new, or if you are not familiar with limiting beliefs, there's so many books. There's actually, David Hawkins also wrote a book called Letting Go. Bruce Lipton, Beyond Belief. There's a lot of ways to work to get these rocks out of the way so we are in the flow, so that we are in a state of neutrality, that if some weird human voyeurs want to sit in our living room and watch us, you're not frightened by that. It's just another day, eating, resting, doing what you want. You know that you're not going to be harmed. And I want to end this with a prayer, because I know in this space, right here, right now, that the Spirit of God is within me, it's within all of us, and that spirit of flow, of peace, of beauty is our natural divine state. It's our natural divine state. So anything that is not that simply must dissolve, fade away, until our truth is revealed again. And I am grateful knowing that I am that natural state of divine flow, and that everyone is. We all have that ability. And so I release everything into the works of the Spirit and let it go. Amen. And so it is. Thank you.
Thank Thank you, Karen. One of the things I really appreciate she was talking about was this microphone. I really appreciate the reminder that we, as human beings, we go through those periods of grief and loss and anger and upset. There is no way to avoid that in the human experience. But that power within us is what helps us get through it and turn that into love and grace and acceptance. And when you're in the throes of it, it is hard to remember that there is good coming, that you will get through this, that you will find peace. And that is where the power lies, in taking that and turning it into the love and the support and the community, instead of staying in the legitimate, rightful anger that you feel in the moment of a tragedy. So I really appreciate that. And of course, I love a good Silverback story. I cannot imagine how magical that was. I cannot. They say once in a lifetime, once in a lifetime. All right, well, thank you again, Karen. All right, well, let's sing together. Find that in your songbook and stand as you are able, and we'll sing together. Good luck. Need the little tool right here.
We come together to behold the power of love, the power of light. We come together to behold. We are divine. Lift up our hands, lift up our hearts, lift up our vision, lift it to the stars. Dance in the glory, whirl in the grace. See God in every face. See God in every face. Again, we come together to behold the power of love, the power of light. We come together to behold. We are divine. Lift up our hands, lift up our hearts, lift up our vision, lift it to the stars. Dance in the glory, whirl in the grace. See God in every face. See God in every face. Huzzah.
Well, now it's time to bless our offering and thank our Creator for the many blessings that we have been given and affirm our gratitude. So let's start by affirming the truth about ourselves. And this is how it goes. My name is, and you use your name, and I am prosperous always and in all ways. So let's say that together. My name is,
Karen,
and I am prosperous, always and in all ways. Always, meaning forever and ever and ever, and always as in all forms. So let's take our offering. You can hold it next to your heart, literally or figuratively. This is the time I really want us to settle in for just a quick moment and be grateful. Think about the gratitude that we have for the lives that we have, the people that we have, the great gift we have of being here, being in community together, and taking this love and spreading it around inside this building, inside this community, out through the state, across the country, across the world, encircling the planet. And let's bless this offering together. Divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I share, and all that I receive. Thank you, God. Amen.
When things go wrong, it's natural to wonder what celestial road did I break. When things go right, it's logical to ponder what credit can I take. But the truth is so much easier. I don't need a master plan. I can live here in the moment, 'cause my life is in good hands. I don't need to know where the wind blows, 'cause God knows. I don't need to know what the future holds, 'cause God knows. I need never know how pain ends, how my heart bends. I can just let go, 'cause God But still I find I'm crying out for answers. Guess I'm still craving control. And still I find I'm afraid of taking chances, as if I could damage my soul. But at this moment I remember, oh, it comes so clear to me, that the minute I surrender, I'm as safe as I could be. I don't need to know where the wind blows, 'cause God knows. I
to take a moment to bless these gifts that are freely given, knowing that as they come and circulate, a return is freely given back to all of us, that as these gifts go out and bless the world, they bless so many people that we never even meet, don't even know about. They multiply and they return, they recirculate. So thank you. Thank you, God. Many blessings, and so it is. Amen.
Well, thank you all for joining us and spending part of this beautiful Sunday morning with us. If you have time, please come downstairs and share refreshments with us. We're going to circle around the room now. We'll say our prayer protection and sing our peace song, and let's go all the way around the exterior of the room. And yes,